Now let's talk about tongue signs. First is cracked tongue. This is a sign of dryness in the interior. A dry and cracked tongue is often without any coating and sometimes could be red if there is heat, as illustrated below. The cracks could be all over or sometimes in the center line, as in red meridian or on the sides in the liver, showing yin deficiency in these meridians. Okay. Next is rough tongue with red papillae. Often, the red papillae appear on a normal colored or even a pale tongue, as illustrated again below. Then it takes longer time for papillae to form than for the tongue color to change. So, this shows a chronic heat state with a yin deficiency. It is common in chronic dry cough with night sweating and afternoon fever in chronic insomnia. A tongue that is extremely rough but without red papillae shows yin and blood deficiency without heat. Okay? Next is deviated tongue. A common symptom on hemiplegia or in facial paralysis. Many patients who are not paralyzed also shows deviated tongues. The reason, however, is the same as in these patients. They have more muscle tension on one side of the body than the other. This means that the liver yang is higher on one side of the body than the other side. Since the liver meridian should have the same quantity of energy on the either side of the body, this symptom could only mean that the energy is not flowing from one to the other liver meridian because the wind is caused a block in this flow. Okay. Next is tongue coating. The tongue coating indicates the various climatic pathogenic factors that are attacking the body from the exterior. The coating indicates that pathogenic factors have been attacking the body for a relatively short time and can be easily eliminated. However, the tongue form and color shows the deeper state of blood, energy, and fluid in the body, and long-term, more serious imbalances. The pathogenic factors here are more in the interior and need dietary, internal medicine, and lifestyle changes and others to bring about fundamental cure. Okay? Now we have here differentiation of tongue coating, the thin, thick, slimy, and dry. Thin gives an appearance of slight roughness to the tongue surface and is generally a normal coating unless in the presence of upper respiratory tract symptoms when it could indicate the presence of being pathogenic factor. Next is thick tongue coating. This is a thick layer of the carpet fur-like coating which shows that the organs are in standstill, retaining food or stool that needs to be moved down or to be eliminated. This retention can be removed either by improving the function in coldness or by sedating the young in heat. Next is slimy tongue coating. This is a glossy mucus-like coating which usually sticks to the palate and indicates the presence of dampness attacking the body. When it is white in color, this dampness could be treated with heat in yang tonification. When the coating is yellow, this damp heat needs yang sedation. So use points stomach 40 and spleen 9 and avoiding damp producing foods will help. Then the last is dry tongue coating. This is a dry and thin coating, making the tongue look quite dehydrated. When this is severe, it could cause peeling of coating, with islands of peeled coating areas appearing on the tongue. This could be a sign of climatic dryness and also that the patient drinks too little water. To humidify the rooms and to drink water will help. Tonification of yin of the specific organ according to the area would be useful too.